my mind, I'm like a daughter of the African diaspora.
Well, I've always identified with Black or African American, so it's never been an issue for me.
I am biracial and I'm halfway Trinidadian.
I was raised on the south side of Chicago in an all African American neighborhood. Both parents are African American. My mother was from Mississippi, my dad was from New Orleans, and that's just how we thought of ourselves.
I don't see the particular need for it, but I mean, from a cultural standpoint, I think it's important.
At least for me, it just feels like that it kind of shuts us out from opening up to what is offered in this world. And that's why I'm determined to like not be like that.
If I would describe my racial category, I don't know, if I'm being nice, I'll just tell you that, you know, I'm Black and I want to be short and sweet, but honestly, I don't believe there's anything called race. It is a social construct, but scientifically, it doesn't exist. It's what we use in our, you know, in our society.
It's part of the sort of DNA of the United States. I think that it's important in that African Americans are still struggling in the United States. And that's a group that needs help and support. So if making a category helps to support that group, I'm all for it.
I feel like the term Black is sort of a, I'm not explaining it. It doesn't offend me. I don't feel bad using it. I don't really feel bad people calling me that. But in my mind, I feel like I have an understanding that Black is not a positive term for us. Because when you're talking about Black, there's two sides of Black. There's Black and the opposite is white. So then you really get into the idea of what does whiteness mean? What does being a white person mean?
I grew up initially with Martin Luther King saying the word Negroes, and we were comfortable with that. And I remember thinking when all of a sudden it was better to say Black, more politically correct to say Black, that was an adjustment. And then I remember it being more politically correct to say African American. So now I've landed on that and I'm comfortable with that. But I think Negro is probably old. But other than that, I think Black or African American seems to identify my group.
To me, they're interchangeable, so it's not any different. So they're both as, you know, a source of pride, I suppose.
Identify yourself the way that you want to. If you choose to identify yourself as African American, identify yourself as that. If you choose to identify yourself as white, identify yourself as that. If you choose to identify yourself as an American, identify yourself as that. Like, how am I supposed to be in that position to tell you how you choose to identify yourself is wrong?
It's always just been evolving of what does it mean to be, what does it mean to be for me to have this brown skin and for my family to have this brown skin? That's what I've always evolved from, never having a problem with having the brown skin.
Everyone has inherent biases. Either you're Black, Hispanic, whatever. Everyone has preferences. So I think you have to get people to move past, you know, those inherent preferences and biases to treat people equally. So I think you should not just look at someone's skin color, religion, and decide that you've already, you know, made a decision about that person.